fact, all the young ninja side is rotating back immediately. Uncarry spotted. The bomb plant will be secured, though. It will be a retake for the CT side.
There's a lot of CTs in and around this A side, but for NAVI Junior, they haven't lost anyone as of yet. Finally, m0NESY going down, man advantage up for the CTs.
And they're going to face folks but forward towards this one. Sapper getting killed, Fear and Pogor turning it back around, but Manon deals with Pogor at least, leaving Fear and Uncarry in a 2 versus 2 as Fear finds LNZ on the Ninja's side. Uncarry has been spotted and know roughly where Fear should be. 35 HP for this USP to face as well. The PT50 being very careful about this, sticking on the defuse. Kits in on Mana. He's got no Kevlar facing on Sapphire. Instead gets that kill and doubles up and buys more than enough.
First of all, Fear works with, but for young ninjas, not smoking off deep ramp, just not going to take some very out in the open fights. Fuzi now starting to fall, and for LNZ, he was not in a position in which he could trade at the same time.
Ninjas being down by a man now. NAVI Junior have done their best to keep this one suppressed.
Gamble stack on A, CT's rotating.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense given the circumstances. And they've read the right site as well for the Ninjas. One smoke back for LNZ is ready to try and suppress them coming out of the gate here towards the ramp control. The Molotov will try and burn him out of position. m0NESY cannot push forward to that though. 6 HP he would burn in an instant. Still Cynics and Co start facing. Flash is going over. Nilo and Manon. And their eyes on position. 30 seconds. NAVI are running out of time.
Yeah, they're really running down this clock, and for the CTs, everyone is here out towards the A side. Resmoke goes down, that's just going to waste more time.
Still got a flash of incendiary to use. Man, I might want to think about putting that incendiary out very soon. They're trying to press on m0NESY. Counter Molotov's back at the T side. Nilo gets his kill. Cynics there with a trade back. m0NESY's low. LNZ dealt with Manon. Now in the gap and a smoke, trying to look back to the back lines. Did see that one player over at the sandbags who will burst through. And now Cynics has information as he gets that bomb down. It's all left to Manon to clutch this. The kit is on him. And again, no utility to work off of this. The flashbangs and smokes just continue coming in for the CTs, for the T side, I should say. 3 flashes still left in play for them. One of them just got used, but another one got taken out by Manon, and now towards the bomb, he'll tap it, try and force the peek in from Cynics, thinking the SMG up and just frags pretty easily. I say that, and the boost in for LNZ actually catches Fear off guard. So one rifle dropped, and now they're going to stack send their way around the corner, and Carry's there to deal with it with the triple man spray down. So yeah, in the end, that lineup does work out, and Manon with the Pogor next. The MAC-10 does get his frag in the end, so one player left in Nilo. As good of an effort as that was there for the eco, it was an eco, so only one casualty found. No sweat for NAVI Junior.
That was an okay round. If they can get any more than that, even better.
Very cautious moments here. Molotov inbound, Sapek's got to put that up to try and suppress. 30 seconds, and backup has also arrived back here. LNZ's got to get these 2 kills. Only finds the one. The MAC-10 trades it, and now Fuzi's got to turn his attention towards 2 sides. Sapek is finally going to end up falling. Fuzi there to support his teammate. Manon's going to go over one with an AWP wallbang. Further shots in will do damage to Fuzi in a 2 versus 2, but the bomb will go down for NAVI.
Just try to see if they can force it back. Nilo, though, going to actually force forward. A little bit forward in terms of positioning, in terms of his teammate, but at least he strikes onto that first, and now it comes down to m0NESY to clutch.
Well, AWP in a 1 versus 2. Swing out, does not see any players on the bomb. The scope is going to be heard, though. Forced to get twitchy, forced to get a little bit risky. Tap it again. Shot on the head. In towards the ramp entrance. They'll start to move up here. 4 players total. Not sure what that 5th man is, the Cynics. Maybe waiting for the backstab to come inbound, but he gets that kill in with the CT side. AWP of Fuzi. Nilo gets one more back. Carry trades back on Sapek. They know that Nilo and Fuzi are still in play, and the AK gets another headshot again to 2 versus 2. Fuzi aside, LA Cynics trades back his teammate, and now we've got a fight against the AWP, baiting in the shot, getting the spray together, doing damage, but not winning the fight.
Banger. The closest person on rotation is going to be Manon from mid.
All 5 T-side members here in the M4 better be ready to get that kill and get out of dodge. Sees 2 of the lineup, and he sticks around for a hair's too long. Pogor and m0NESY are tagged, especially Pogor pretty heavily for his own right. So Manon might have a decent idea to deal with him because he's going to be the entry man here. Spray through Manon and gets that pick back, looking for Fear next up. Sees at least 2 players, now catching info on all 3. Spray back, m0NESY catches Sapek, and on Carry deals with Manon on the site. 2 versus 2, but 5 seconds to get the bomb down. m0NESY can be swung upon here. The AWP covered off in the backlines by on Carry, so it's all left to LNZ. Smoke on him again, he's going to force forward of it, and m0NESY will win out the fight. Smoke's up. Molotov's in. I think they're trying to drive Fuzi away from here. They've got Only smokes and flashes left here for the NAVI Junior side. 30 seconds, and that AWP catches Pogo. Peeks back in against the AWP back tool. Slow face for the T side. Actually wins out the fight for m0NESY. So, man advantage maintained by NAVI Junior. Nilo trades it back to a 3-on-3 and starts facing around the backhand corner. Fear gets caught by Nilo's peak aggression with the bomb being dropped to the open. 15 seconds. He's going to wait back here. LNZ accounted for, but Nilo makes it one more frag. USP out against Cynics, who escapes with his life out to the other side of the site. Man, and still sprays through.
30 seconds left on the clock. They've got to start to act. They've got to get the smokes down for the XE.
Sprays up, Molotovs in, LNZ puts his smoke up. m0NESY still watching with the AWP, now focusing back on that rifle at the sandbags area. Counter smoke keeps the T-side players pretty easily suppressed from the CT side forces. LNZ tanks the nade to the face. m0NESY should be seen as an M4 play for Tapek. Doesn't get any more than that. Fuzi trams in with 2 AWP picks. LNZ, what's he looking at? He has stalled for time there. 10 seconds, and Fuzi catches the next carrier of the bomb, leaving Pogo to retreat back out towards ramp. For the first time in this matchup, a team was pulled away by a margin of 3. So Ninjas are the ones holding the edge above NAVI Junior. We mentioned the idea of the NAVI pick needing to be a curveball, and this was a curveball, but it feels like Ninjas have swung at it anyway and hit it right back in the face of this Ukrainian side. How do you play your way out of this, NAVI? They have got to buy back in this round. Again, they're playing out the ramp default for the umpteenth time. m0NESY gets his pick in and doubles up on Sapek. Cynics also gets a kill on Marnin. So now the main A-side force has been dealt with. It's the 2 rotators. The AWP is already here. But do Ninjas consider a save here?
Yeah, probably do. It's not exactly like the money is in the worst position in the world. Yes, they're on 1,400 loss bonus, but...
He was the only defender with the A site and all, so he might even think about rotating completely out of the site, conceding it and going for the retake. It's 3 sets of utility here, including the defuse kit and nade for Ankere, so it looks like the NAVI Junior probably are best to go for the retake.
Yeah, this is a very heavy stack away from A, and it's going to take them a little while to get into position. Nade looking to go back out towards the bomb site itself. They're way too late, though.
Yeah, Pogo hesitated in that nade placement. He was going to bounce it off the little sidewall, but didn't end up doing it at all. Now, NAVI Junior going in for the retake. They have got more nades. They've got 1 more in for m0NESY. 2 flashes between him and Pogo, and a smoke for each of those players as well. One of which goes out the side alley. I think a flash just went over the edge. And Fear finds Martin, sends him tumbling down. Many, many stories away, but the kills still come back for the remaining Ninjas players. m0NESY, all that remains.
Similar thing on CT, where they're just not force buying at all.
Run boost in from the NAVI Junior side. They have got some plans towards the ramp default, and they have maintained a man advantage. Not with USPs, guys. Martin was looking for a full-on backstab, but now with all these kills coming in, they've got bomb control.
Oh no, this is awful. This is such a bad position to be in for the T side. The CTs have picked up 2 AKs. Oh, this is going to be tough to recover.
Well, Fuzi has found one of the AKs. Manon has no Kevlar to resist his MAC-10, so I guess it is still possible to a certain extent, but they've got to catch Ankere first and foremost, and with that AK, he's still holding himself something. Kill comes back, Fuzi does not let Cynics get away with anything else, and Pogo cannot double up.
But just not to get reset with the amount of players they lost in the last.
Aggressive towards ramp again on the default. Sapek's got to deal with 2 CT players, and surely now Ninja should realize that maybe it's best to hold back away from the entrance rather than playing aggressive towards ramp control. Bait in the CT forces first and foremost, drop down out of scaff and start attacking the B site instead, where Ankere will fall first, but Cynics gets 2 trades back. Fuzi turns it to a 2 versus 2, and the rotations will be a little bit late, but NAVI Junior will go for this retake. No kits in play, however, and look at Nilo. Look at Nilo, he's going to line him up. Just as the smoke
they start moving over towards A, and it's a misread, unfortunately. The T's are looking like they want to go into B.
Oh, Cynics is in trouble. Back of quad, actually ahead of quad, as he sees the flashbangs coming in. He moves forward towards the main entrance. Nilo trying to boost up. Did he get seen in the banger position? He definitely is now. 1 kill found. Fuzi trying to trade it back. LNZ catches Fear over towards the A site, and finally Cynics gets overwhelmed. So does Ankere, so does Pogo, leaving 1 player left in m0NESY back at the A site with everything to do. And the Ninjas execute. Looks a little bit staggered, a little bit awkward, but coming through confident in the end. Probably secures the round from here.
I feel for the little hamsters that need to go on their wheel to get the kill feed up, because my goodness, we saw 4 kills coming through so damn quickly up for the T side. m0NESY might have a bit of a crack at this retake, though.
Oh, it's not impossible for him. Missing that next shot, though. Not over till it's over. And again, 2 rounds required before it's official. But Ninjas are looking more confident than NAVI, but they are finding a couple of opening picks here. m0NESY starts things off against the first man. Pogo will catch the secondary kill as well. Looking for him under the edge of the smoke, makes it 2 kills, not quite that third, but a 5-on-2 game for NAVI already. Ninjas will get that 1 trade, but responded to so quickly, and Fuzi's got nowhere left to go.
What a sequence coming through from Pogo and m0NESY.
But outside of that 1 frag, outside of that bomb plant, I don't think they can win the round.
Yeah, they need a little bit more support. Rotate and Kara over. If the T's can just get this 1-on-1 trade and somehow force a plant in, then that's got to be the main objective.
Sees that one. The back of banger, flashbanging keeps him blind. He still finds the kill on Nilo. The bomb crosses, the spray lines up good. LNZ gets his secondary pick back.
Left, only 1 smoke, some flashes, and a couple of incendiaries. But they do have 3 players on B, but it might be an over-rotate.
m0NESY here with the AWP, though. You can imagine they will still lose that opening pick. Just that 1 frag found, drawing attention back. Meanwhile, m0NESY strikes, finds a player in the mid control, trying to siphon off rotations inbound. Look at how far pushed up he actually is here. Fear gets caught. The spray's not good enough. He turns back on Pogo, but Pogo wins his fight. Fear dealt with Cynics back at quad, still sitting there for the entire round. Only gets that 1 frag. The bomb should go down now. 2v2 for the retake. Pogo's not been detected. The incendiary will drive that bomb planter away, and Pogo sprays on the right position, but Nilo gets to sneak it in regardless. Start aggressive, but going down, leaving all to Fuzi. Seeing both, running out of ammo, Glocks out, does not connect the shot. And 3 kills for Pogo, wins. They're watching with the smokes out. Pogo the same here towards side alley. Push that M4 into position. Does Nilo check the angle? They're all flash blinded. Orp gets swung upon by Sapek. Fear comes up with a kill. Pogo detected by LNZ. Fear's going to be done with it at the back lines. And it will be a 2-man advantage for the Ninjas. Bomb plant secured on default. Cynics and Carry seem like they want to go for this, but if they don't get a pick in the next 5 seconds, it's going to be over. And in fact, it returns for the T side to now Carry has got to save. 1:15. We still stand at evens.
Now it gets slow, now it gets silent. Flash out from Ali, they swing with it. But for NAVI Junior, you're in a bit of a position where they're making a risk. They're triple stacking up the A side, only having 1 defender out from mid and B.
Pogo's too close. Fuzi had no idea he was going to get caught off guard. Asapek sort of swung on both players. Transfers that spray to do damage to Carry, but not much of it. He stays alive, and Nyla reveals his angle, realizing they've got to commit to the site at this stage. Got to go grab back and grab that bomb. m0NESY caught out in mid. LNZ finds the damage, does not get the kill. Cynic's peeking in, and he wins his fight, leaving it all to Nilo to rotate back into the B play. At least that's what we think. Carry pressing forward is going to catch the information, and Nilo, if he wins this fight, he charges onto A and he gets this bomb plant together. It's all going to be about this particular fight, though. Swing back, and he's not ready for the angle.
No damage being taken from either side as of yet.
No. Oh, Carry! What was that? Caught in the jump face, taps on Sapek, gets out of dodge immediately. Now the T-side players press onto the B play. m0NESY here with the smokes out. Flashes going over. m0NESY puts that incendiary up. LNZ catches on Carry. AWP still frags back. Cynics here at quad. Gonna wait and bait, but m0NESY turns onto him with an adjustment. The bomb plant will come down. It'll be a man advantage for the CT side, but retake will be on or not. The nade of m0NESY lands, and it's all left to Fuzi. I know LNZ's already just called in a tactical pause for his side, because they're gonna need it. 15. Oh, nade on Sapek. Read so well, NAVI Junior. They know the ins and outs of a ramp default, and they're just playing Ninjas for a fiddle for it. Pogo needs to get these 2 kills in. Nilo gets a response back on the 2 to get the 4 versus 3 advantage now for the Ninjas side. They're going to slow things down, but this kit looks to be on the A play.
Yeah, it's got to be an A strike. Really has to be, or does it? I mean, Madden's still lurking out for mid. It all just comes down to how quickly this information can come through. Get the cross smokes down, maybe get him as a bit of a late lurk, and Carey's getting aggressive, and he gets punished.
Now m0NESY, all that remains. His AWPing has been amazing so far, but they're going to counter-rotate back into the B play. Manin could catch off Cynics. The spray comes forward, and now m0NESY with the impossible clutch here to keep NAVI in at overtime. He's found that first frag. Trying to swap out to the rifle. The Deagle inbound. Needs to switch back to the AWP. Oh, that's a good flick on the second player. HP advantage of Nilo as well, but right below him is going to be Fuzi. Back turn towards the likes of Carry. He sees Pogo, tags into 2 points of health. I'm surprised the rotations haven't come in sooner. Oh no! He dropped off the balcony railing, and first blood is joined by NAVI Junior, but it's a suicide kill against their name.
Retake coming in for the City side, but already after losing that opening death, things get pretty tough from here. No key in play. They've got the util, and they've got to be able to get these double nades down somewhere.
P250 watching for Sapek. His side trying to face in, seeing that contact, seeing those players. Damage done by Onkari, takes that man, and Fuzi there with his trade. Nades up on Sapek's part, continuous facing from Fuzi will try and do the damage against the TT forces. The 4 versus 3 still remains. 2 more players spotted, so they have info on everybody at this stage. Onkari tagged up, they're on the bomb, on the defuse, and it's going to get dealt with by LNZ, so they find that player, and now they drive NAVI Jr. out of the side permanently, in with the pistol round for the young ninjas. Oh, flash in. They check that cubby corner, and they get that kill. They do clear it. AWP and M0NESY missing out his shot out to brackets. Going to reposition to try and back up Pogor, who is checked by Man and headshot inbound. AWP missing his second shot. So it will be a 4 versus 4 situation. The bomb plant secured to the back wall. NAVI letting him get a bit too much on this rotate.
I reckon we've jinxed it now, Jay. I reckon that's what's happened. M0NESY. Ooh, okay, that's a bit of a way back in. Man advantage now, and a lot of util on the retake.
2 flashes on M0NESY and smoke down for him as well. A couple of incendiaries for Onkari and Fim, and Molotov was coming from Cynics as well. Will drive that pit, and the graveyard entrance out of position. Onkari picking it up. Nilo seen, spray, tapped on V, gets that kill in the end. The flashbang keeps him blind. The M4 can't wrap upon him though. M0NESY catches the clear on sight. Nilo's still fighting for it. 2 kills out. Deagle needs to land a 3rd and the 4th, but not to be in the end. The fuse kit will just come through from Onkari. It's going to be a bit close actually.
Yeah, he's just got it.
No, he doesn't! Oh, he stalled for enough.
Yeah, that's a very easy pick. You just work with the sound cues, work with the information, and just all it comes down to, miss shot, okay, pick with it. Oh, Nilo's even hearing a couple of footsteps out for the apartments. 2 kills, A side's open.
Nicely done. Like, he could have been easily just overwhelmed by those 2 players out there, but a slight bottlenecking around that corner. Spray through on the balcony player, continue to spray around the corner in towards the actual apartments themselves. They will lose Sapek, but that's like a little that they're losing, so nothing gained by the CT side, nothing lost. Insignificant amounts for the young ninjas. Yes, that will mean a bit of a awkward buyback in terms of the money for him and for the player that drops him into round 6, but...
So first of all, get M0NESY started, but if they can't just rely on him. They've got to be able to, someone else on the team.
Finds those 2 stellar first frags into the A site. Out of the apartments, the last player falls, and now Sapek starts creeping into B. They haven't checked Dark. They don't have a Molotov to do so, but they've got no utility at all here at the T side. Someone's got a dry face. This Onkari also there at the coffin, sees them both, fights back. Sapek is going to get tagged, but not get dealt with. They've got to look back to the back lines as well. 2 players can line up, and none of the stray bullets connect to Sapek's part. So M0NESY's left with it all to do. He gets Fuzi for his 3K, drops that bomb in the open as well, actually. Flicks back, continuing to see what his T-side players are at, but he can't find Sapek. The USP would be enough to deal the damage, and the incendiary will drive him away from the coffin's plant position. And then they're going to stick it, but he goes down. That might be enough. M0NESY coming up with 4 kills, and Sapek, he's got no chance left in this one. He's got to concede, he's got to save the weapon. As NAVI Jr., M0NESY in particular, it's in the midst of the smoke. Are the CTs aware of this? He's got his knife out, but switch to the AK relatively soon, son. About to clear up, and Onkari spraying through. Got to act against. Sees him on the reload, turns around 180. Cynics falls, and Sapek strikes. That's B site open. This round might already be over.
Oh, it is. It 100% is. There's no way the CTs are going to bounce back from that. They already know the B-side's taken, and they're not even rotating off of A because they've still got to fight onto Nolo out from M0NESY. What a sick moment that was for Sapek. And it's such a statement to be like, oh yeah, you've got M0NESY, but we've got Sapek. He plays in and around the smoke. Yes, it wasn't that nuts 4K, but it's working with the info, hearing the footsteps, and as soon as that reload comes through, as soon as the audio cue comes out, he peeks forward, knows there's a player towards Spotted Banana. That was unbelievable. What a sequence.
Yeah. I am stunned. I am absolutely stunned at that. What a play from Sapek. You saw him sitting there with his knife out and the whole thing, and it's like, surely someone's going to check this. M0NESY is here on the A site, which is where the hit looks to come through from the ninjas, and we've seen how great this AWP can be. Flash is going over, he holds his angle. AK looks, M0NESY going to get over one with a numbers game in the end. LNZ catches that kill as Pogor is quick to fall. The bomb plant secured, and for Pogor, he's 007 and all. Looking for that 8 for the ninjas to win the half outright already. This is very dominant. Very, very dominant in a way that even I didn't expect to be.
Yeah, probably not this one-sided. I probably would have seen them taking it without offering up double digits for NAVI Jr., but to be 8-1 up and just to see
Oh, Fuzi. The confidence on him to continue going for picks, even at pixel perfect positions, but on Kere and Fear have confidence of their own. Out towards second mid, they found a play. They get to 5 versus 3. The bomb being dropped, I believe Nilo is not checking the M0NESY angle. Okay, he was on the balcony, excuse me, so I don't even think he had a chance to check it. On Kere still gets his triple as he finds Sapek next up, and the Ninjas finally facing resistance. Finally, something going good for NAVI Junior. After what was 4 rounds in a row, followed by the 6 rounds prior to it. Their second of the CT side will look to go up to the ball, and Kerry would love to get the ace to make it happen.
Yeah, that would just shot so much confidence going forward into the CT side if that would happen. He might even be able to find it. No scope, quick scope. What's it going to be from Fuzi? Ooh, it does land the first, but gets traded straight away.
Just the face up, just that contact. Quick execution coming in from the Ninjas now out towards the ace. M0NESY lands that first kill with the AWP on site. Second shot not quite as successful. The rifle in the back of Pogor gets a kill in. Nilo responds towards it. Now isolating M0NESY alone on the site. One player now rotating out towards short is on Kere. Found by Sapek. He finds that spray in the end to a 2 versus 2. Cynics is close past the smoke. Will Sapek see him? Yes, he will. He'll take that fight, but opts to fall back. As meanwhile, LNZ's locked into his own battle. Needs to get this plant in. Needs to force the retake. Cynics caught off by Sapek. LNZ, that was genius. Making noise to turn the CT's position back over towards short, allow the peak to come in from Sapek's part, and the bomb can go down a 1v2 retake for Fear.
Yeah, they faked it the first time, tried to draw him into the open. LNZ,
lovely.
What a... retaking smokes up towards the top of Banana, but it's only that one incendiary. The smoke doesn't continue either. M0NESY on rotate out towards CT, but he needs help now.
They're backing up man sees the AWP, and M0NESY and Fear go with a couple of good picks. All right, 2 versus 4. The bomb is on the site, but Nilo loses out his fight, so it's all left to Fuzi. I think there might be a gap in that CT smoke. Molotov in, I don't think there was actually. Cross successfully, can grab that bomb. The smoke's in, and Fear catches a quad. Already again, Cynics is getting tagged up, and the nades out towards Sandbags done their damage. Pogor can return a lot more HE damage on towards the brackets. Control is sprayed through his teammate off on the other side, and Kerry gets traded to the line up for Pogor, but he only finds that one pick. M0NESY caught on the edge of the smoke, and LNZ sprays through. Dishes out damage to a 3 versus 3, but doesn't get a pick on the AWP. If they can isolate M0NESY, they could still win out the A site. And the bomb carrier, Fuzi, is thinking about it. Meanwhile, Sapek starts to act towards B. There's no one out here, though. They can rotate.
Yeah, he heard the footsteps. Like, he heard the CT player of Cynics move away from B out towards CT spawn, at least in that first early transitional period. So he knows B's open.
I think there's a gap in that smoke again. Yeah, big gap to work with. Sapek's also been spotted, but Sapek still wins the fight. Second CT right out there. Fear's got to pull his attention back away. Gets the kill in. LNZ crosses. The bomb carrier, Fuzi, will also cross. In fact, he finds another AWP battle against M0NESY. So it's all on Fear. A 1-on-2. Bomb getting tapped. Fuzi sees the swing. That might cost him, but LNZ's there to bail him out. USPs and Kevlar out. The defuse kit. Sapek with a flashbang. I think he had 2 flashes overall. Ninjas probably used the first one for the entries. Now 3 players stacked on the A side, out of the apartments, they'll look to go, and LNZ drops that bomb, waiting for the second player out, crossfire alongside Nilo, and LNZ will get out of dodge with the bomb being dropped in CT control. Rotation to inbound, Sapek gets his headshot in. One player along of Fear will install Fear into Manon, but Manon is 1 casualty compared to 3 of the T side. And Kerry and Fear forming up. Swung upon, swing out the USP. Fuzi captures all the info he needs. Contests against some Kerry, knowing he's escaped to the apartment. Still lands that flick of the head. Tags up Fear to 33. No Kevlar. No chance. LNZ secures the 13th. Grab that AK as well. LNZ nading back. Damage done. Fear could wrap in. His back's turned to Martin. No! Okay. Pogor bails him out. Thank God, things that could have gotten very messy very quickly.
Oh, we've seen a few of them over the last couple of days, but it's all right. It gets recovered. We're back to a 4-on-4. And for Young Ninjas, they boost that back up towards a broken wall. They rotate LNZ off of that banana position. And actually, Pogor finds another pick in the apartments. And M0NESY gets one too.
All right. We've got a chance for NAVI. It's a chance at the round and probably not the comeback, but it's better than what they would have had otherwise. 4v2, LNZ facing M0NESY as the AWP on the angle, so it's all left to Fuzi. Playing a better AWP game in this map by comparison, and he's up for the clutch. That 1 frag found. They notice to rotate here, and he's going to hear the footsteps. He knows that they're making their way back to B site.
Yeah, not really much he could do, to be honest. Maybe get a 1-on-1. Even that is... Gonna be tough. Hearing the footsteps of one player out for the second mid. Good shot coming through from Pogo and for now.
As you would expect here for the Ninjas side, there is still going to be an AWP in for them. And again, in terms of all pure battles, he's won them constantly against m0NESY, so I'm not sure that they're going for this. And it's going to be the first port of call for the defensive, though. LNZ with a nade swung upon by Cynics. He detects him through that smoke. There's still 4 players total here, though. Nylo comes up with a kill. Swing up from Sapek, though. Can catch 2 kills. That's exactly what he does. And Manon not aware of the boost inbound. Going to get caught off for it. Nylo backed up over at the pit control, seeing the AWP, knowing exactly where he is, and also aware of Pogo and all. Molotov's in, flashes forward. Pogo turned away from, gets that kill to a 2 versus 2. And the m0NESY desperately hunting for a pick back of his own. The bomb is in CT control. Sapek catches the angle. 1 player left in Pogo. All that they need to finish off the job, and Sapek does just that with a double.